Hey, this is Nick Robinson coming to you from R&R Cultivation. We just harvested this beautiful piece of lion's mane, and we're gonna cut this up into 1-inch strips, and we're gonna fry it up, and we're gonna see how this goes. So you can see I have a piece this is probably like an 8-ounce, half-pound piece of lion's mane. So first thing, this whole thing is edible all the way around. So you can tear it off into chunks. So if I tear off a really small chunk here, you can actually see that there's some striations in there and has the texture of a lobster or crab. So what we're gonna do, instead of tearing it off into chunks, is we're gonna create 1-inch steaks, and then we're gonna slow saute them in some butter, okay? So taking a knife, we're just going to very slowly let the knife do the work, okay? We're gonna cut down. There you go, okay? So now we have a beautiful cross section of the lion's mane, okay? So repeat this, we're just gonna cut this guy in about half, okay? Again, let the knife do the work, try not to be, it's a pretty delicate mushroom on the outside. And there we go. Kind of looks like a brain. So by the way, this mushroom right here, speaking of looking like a brain, is actually being researched right now to restore neurological pathways in Alzheimer's patients. So it is a very cool mushroom. Lots of research being done on this. So here we have these. We're gonna prep this, and we'll see how this goes. All right, so we've taken our lion's mane, and we've cut it up into these awesome looking cross sections. Now, with most mushrooms, when I do pink oysters, when I do any type of oyster, I like to put it on very high heat and wait till it starts to brown around the edge. I did that before with these, and I ruined a whole batch of them. Very sad time. So we are going to put this, turn on our heat to a very low setting, okay? Now, for these ones, normally I like to just do olive oil when I'm cooking. When you do lion's mane, a tiny bit of butter for taste is fine as well, and not a lot of olive oil, right? So all we want is just a drizzle, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. Okay. Then I'll take some butter, and I'll put in 2 thin pads of butter. We'll do 3 since we have so much lion's mane here. All right, if you can see that. Okay, and we'll just let that melt for a second, and then we'll throw the lion's mane on. All right, so you can see that we have a very low flame on the stove. We've taken a little bit of olive oil and 3 pads of butter, and so you can see there's enough in the bottom of the pan, but it's not. We don't have a very deep coating here. So now we're gonna take and put the lion's mane in there and start actually cooking this. So here's the first cross section. Okay. Beautiful. All right, and there's that section. There we go, and tiny little topper there. Okay, so we're gonna let these saute probably for about 2 minutes on the first side, and then we're going to flip them over and saute them on the other side until they start to brown around the edges, and then they will be perfect. All right, so if you look under here as I lift these up, you can see that it's not quite all the way brown, so we're gonna leave them down until they brown all the way around the bottom side. All right, so these have been cooking for a couple minutes, so now we're gonna take them and flip them over to the other side. Oh yeah. That beautiful brown color coming around the edge here. Beautiful. Put this guy over and that guy over. All right, so the key when you're cooking these lion's mane, why you want to cook them on a low heat is so that you don't burn them, right? So you can see on top here where it's starting to get brown around the edge. The key is to let them get brown, but not black, right? You want to brown them without burning them. Okay, so you can see how that's a beautiful browning color, right? That's what we're going for. So near the end, I like to flip them a little bit more often to make sure that I'm not burning them and that I'm just getting that golden brown color all the way around. All right, so we've cooked up these beautiful lion's mane. They are ready. So let's bite into them and see actually what it tastes like here. So beautiful little steaks here. That was just so cool. So when you eat a lot of mushrooms, especially, so this is a very meaty mushroom, but when you put this in your mouth, it breaks apart in your mouth like you're eating a piece of lobster. So as opposed to eating a piece of red meat or pork or something, yeah, it just has, it breaks apart in your mouth very differently. As you can see, as I'm cutting this up, like this is actually, it's a very meaty piece of mushroom. All right, so we have a very thick piece of mushroom. It's very filling as you're eating it. So that's bizarre. It's bizarre how much it feels like lobster as you're eating it. Wow. So if I were cooking lion's mane on the side of something, I would say that on lighter meats, fishes, any type of fish, any type of pork or chicken, this would go very, very well with, because it's a very meaty mushroom, but it doesn't have a very strong, sharp taste. It's definitely more of a smooth, mellow taste on the back end. Definitely, obviously, a very heavy mushroom taste, but this is absolutely delicious. So feel free to stop by rrcultivation.com. We have a full calendar of what farmers markets we're going to be available at. But there's nothing quite like fresh, organic, local lion's mane to give you this taste and texture palette that you're going to be looking for. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe below. Appreciate your time.